Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. My week has been pretty much a mess, and August 19th of 2022 will officially go down as the worst day I have had in this industry since I started. Do you know those days where everything seems to go wrong? Well, yeah, multiply that by about 1,152. But anyway, that's a story for a different video. So I know that you guys really enjoy those market videos that I make to see what is going on in the market, so I decided to make one again for August 2022. Ready? Let's go! So before I start, again, I have a couple of announcements. Number one, I am super proud that I have answered pretty much everyone who has emailed me before August 18th. If you have emailed me after August 18th or on August 18th, I promise I will get back to you this week. Now, number two announcement is the dispatching course, which will be available either this coming Friday or the following Monday. One of the two, but I'll try to make it Friday. Okay, now that the announcements are done, let's go ahead and focus on the market, starting with the fuel prices. Okay, as always, when I decide to go to the board, I am super excited and then the lighting ruins everything, so I am sorry. But I am very happy to report that the price of fuel is going down, or the price of diesel actually. So again, as a reminder, here is 2022. In January, it was $3.72 per gallon. Then it started climbing up slowly. In July, it finally went down after a 2-month high to $5.47 per gallon. And now in August, it is $4.98 per gallon, which is amazing compared to what we've had to deal with for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So finally, it's less than $5 on average, which is awesome. Now, it doesn't mean that it's great because it's still not at the January rates or the December rates in 2021, but it's heading in the right direction. Now, just like I did in the last month's video, what I want to do is show you the top 5 states with the most expensive diesel prices and compare them to last month, and then the top 5 least expensive states in terms of diesel, and again compare them to last month. Now I know that last month when I did this type of video, I just snapped my hands and the numbers magically appeared on the board because I'm such a great magician, but unfortunately I have lost all of my magical abilities, so we're going to just have to edit this video. So, the power of editing. Anyway, I hope you guys can see this. So first we're going to look at the most expensive states. They are the same states that were the most expensive last month, but the prices changed. California is still the most expensive at $6.23 per gallon currently, but last month it was $6.54 per gallon, so it did decrease. Oregon is number 2, $6.09 per gallon. Last month it was $6.17 per gallon. Then there's Washington that also it's now below $6, whereas last month it was above $6. New York and Pennsylvania also decreased.
I wonder what these states have in common, especially the top 3 socialist bastards.
Nope, we are not doing the political thing. Let's go ahead and look at the top lowest states when it comes to diesel prices. So number 1 is of course Texas, my lovely Texas that I adore with all my heart and soul. So Texas is now at $4.51 per gallon on average. It went down from $4.83 per gallon last month. Then number 2 is Oklahoma, $4.55 per gallon, also decreased. Missouri also decreased. Basically everything decreased quite a bit, but these are the states you want to go through for refueling. The problem is Texas right now, at least for reefers and dry vans, unfortunately there is no freight there. But it is what it is. Oklahoma still has freight. Missouri is still okay, at least it was a few days ago. Kansas is pretty good, not on the weekends though. Nothing is good on the weekends. Louisiana is terrible in terms of freight at the moment, so don't go there. However, if you're passing through those states, make sure to refuel there. So it's pretty awesome news. Diesel is going down.
Yay! We're about to make some money.
Not so fast. I am not done with the video just yet.
Aww.
Now that we have looked at the fuel prices, I want to show you how our two companies are doing in terms of rate per mile in July versus August. And from there, we're going to also look at the market maps and finally the trend lines. Well, here's our original company that operates only reefers. As you can see, here are the dates at the bottom, and here is the total rate per mile. Now, what you will see, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, is that in July, the rate per mile seemed to be a little bit worse than in August. So what is going on? Although since August 10th about, it has been slowly going down. But we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Then there is our dry van. Our dry van, as you can see, in July, it started off really, really bad. It went pretty high up by the end of July or towards the end of July. And then in August, it's kind of trending kind of in the middle of what it was in July. So it's not great by any means, but let's compare both of them. As you can see right away, the blue is the reefer company, the red is our baby company that's only the dry van. So you can see in general, dry van rates are worse than reefer rates. So this is what it looks like from July to August. So another thing I want to do is show you the market maps again, but compare them to the July market map. So here we have the dry van for the prior 7 days. This is the current market map. And now just so you can see a comparison, this is what it looked like in July. So what do we see here? Well, we see here that there is not much improvement, to be honest. It looks pretty much the same. The Kansas market is a little bit better than in July, but all of these southern states are now much worse. Now let's look at the reefer. The reefer currently looks like this. And this is what it looked like in July. Well, one thing that we see is that it seems like the West Coast, especially Washington and Oregon, are starting to come alive. It looks like produce is finally starting to get loaded on trucks, which is awesome. Colorado looks pretty much the same. Utah is getting a little bit better. Wyoming, South Dakota is getting better. But in terms of those southern states, they are slowly dying. And basically the East Coast is not as great as it was back in July. Now finally, because we looked at flatbeds last month, let's look at them again. This is what it looks like right now, and this is what it looked like in July. So pretty much the same states right here are still hot. Northern Oklahoma seems to be doing a little bit worse. The East Coast in general seems to be doing a little bit worse. And everything else looks pretty much the same. Nevada looks like it's warming up a little bit. Utah looks like it's warming up a little bit. But it's pretty similar. So this is what you can see from the market maps. Now let's look at the trend lines. Now, before we actually look at the trend lines, I want to remind you how to actually get here. You go to dat.com, resources, and then click trend lines. And you will get all of this information on your computer as well. Let's look at week. Spot load posts went down by 7.2%. Basically, there are less loads and more trucks. They increased by 2.6% in a week. These are the van load to truck ratios, and then their spot rates. So you can see van spot rates decreased by 0.6% in a week. Flatbed spot rates decreased by 2.1% in a week, and reefer spot rates decreased by 0.5% in a week. So this is what it looks like. And in terms of equipment, you can see that the rates are going down as well for each equipment type. And to be honest, the rates that are shown right here, the $2.93 average in August, yeah, that's not happening. That is just not happening. That's not what the rates are posted for, and it's pretty hard to negotiate to this level. So now that we've looked at all the numbers and figures and graphs and all of that, I want to explain everything and tell you what my experience has been in August of 2022. Obviously, the market is still in the dumps, and while they are going down, the diesel prices are still obscenely high. Now, something I have noticed in the month of August is how scarce freight has become. For example, in the middle of July, getting out of somewhere like Dallas, Texas for over $2 per mile was absolutely not a problem. That market was amazing. Now, just to compare, on August 17th, we had to deadhead out after losing one full day because I could not find a normal load out of Texas, right next to Dallas, Texas. Booking loads right now is an absolute nightmare. They are few and far between, and the worst part, not only did the rates decrease this month, the deadhead also increased. Now, I promised we would talk about the graph I showed you of our reefer company, and it looks like we're doing better in August than we did in July, so let me explain what is going on there. The reality is it was just luck. Nothing more, nothing less. And luck is something that I'm absolutely not comfortable with because it's not measurable, it is not predictable, and it's not repeatable.
What do you mean luck? What, are you a lucky leprechaun or something?
What I mean is I was sitting hopelessly looking for loads and there was absolutely nothing on the load board that was worth even grabbing. But then this one load comes out that is either a recovery load or something that is a last minute load that the shipper has to ship out right now and it's super close and I happen to grab it. But again, this is just luck. It's not something that is repeatable and it's not something that is normal for this market. The reality is the average time it takes me to book a load for one truck is about 3 hours at this point. And another thing I want to mention is the unpredictability of the market. One of the things I do before actually booking a load is I check the destination city. Where is this load going? So for example, if I see a great load going from, let's say, I'm looking at my map here. Let's say from somewhere, Oklahoma City to Denver, Colorado. The first thing I will do before booking that load is I will look at what is going on in Denver, Colorado to make sure I can get my guys out of there when they deliver the load. This is a really good habit to have because it ensures that you are going to a good marketplace. In August of 2022,
Yeah, not so much.
a particular market can look extremely good in the moment, and then when you deliver the load there 2 days later, the market dies. This has happened more times than I care to admit. And honestly, this inability to predict the market is basically the same thing as throwing doo-doo at the wall to see if it sticks. I don't like it at all. I like to predict my stuff. I like to know where I'm going. I like to know what to expect. I like structure. I'm the kind of person who fits in a box and I'm happy here. But unfortunately, that is not what is happening. So basically, you are driving blind. You're driving blind and you're hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best that you're going to get into a market where when you get there, it's going to be okay. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful or insightful. I know that it would be much more helpful if I could tell you where you should be in order to get the best loads, but unfortunately at this point, it's just not possible. I would love to, however, hear your experiences from the market. What are you experiencing right now? What is going on? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.